Hello, welcome to Chronic Dualness. Today I'm going to teach you how to swallow pills like a boss. When I was a kid, I couldn't swallow a pill to save my life. Now I can swallow whole handfuls of tablets with just a small sip of water. Observe. Now, swallowing tablets is a very psychological activity. The tablets can sense your fear, and if you think too much about it, your throat will sort of refuse to swallow without gagging. So the trick is just as much a mental technique as a physical one. You have to act like the pill isn't even there. First, we have to prepare our practice pills. You want to start with the smallest edible object you can find. I've got here some round sprinkles known as hundreds and thousands in Australia, or M&M poo. These are tiny, they're spherical, they're smooth, so they go down really easily. By the way, the round sprinkle is superior to the long sprinkle. Fight me. Now, if you can't find any sprinkles, you could use some small seeds or grains, like a sesame seed or a grain of couscous. What's the singular for couscous? Is it a kus? Sorry, that's bad. Anyway, have a full glass of water at the ready and place the sprinkle onto your tongue towards the back. Don't try to put it so far back that you touched your tonsil area because we don't want to stimulate that gag reflex. Just put it comfortably on your tongue. Now, pretend the sprinkle isn't there. It doesn't exist. Then just take a sip of water normally. Take a drink of water exactly the same as you always do. The sprinkle should go down without you even noticing it. It should feel just like you're drinking water normally, which is basically what you're doing. So I've got my little sprinkle, see if it'll focus. It's minuscule. So just like that, and then take a sip of water. If you manage to do that okay, do it a few more times. Then it's just a matter of gradually increasing the size of the foods you swallow or increasing the number of them that you swallow at one time. A good item that's a little bit bigger is a mini M&M. They work well because they're rounded, so no harsh edges. They have that smooth coating, so they have more slip to them. If at any point you gag or struggle to swallow something, go back down to the sides below it and practice until you get your confidence back. You might also want to experiment with tipping your head either forwards or backwards when you swallow. Tablets are dense, so they tend to sink in water, which means tilting your head back works better because that positions the pill at the back of your throat when you swallow. But capsules are usually lighter and more buoyant, which means it's usually easier to swallow them with your head tilted forward, not backward, because they'll float up to the back of your mouth when you take a sip of water. So remember, for capsules, tilt your head forward. For tablets, tilt your head backwards. But you can play around with it and see which you find easier. So that's basically it. I didn't actually have to work my way up in size. Once I learned to swallow one pill, it just sort of clicked and I was able to swallow multiple pills. It was just a matter of ignoring the pills and not focusing on them. I can't guarantee you'll be able to swallow a handful of pills at once. You might still need to do them one at a time, but hopefully after this tutorial, you'll be able to swallow a bit better than you did before. If you have any tips for taking pills, please leave them in the comments and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!